A little something special, a little pre-funk.
And nobody's going to understand what's going on.
I know, they're going to be like, wait, what?
We're going to spend the whole session just statting up all of the animals that
Troy managed to include them.
I want the axolotl.
I like
Right.
the dead fish.
We've got the blobfish, we've got the dead fish, we've got the axolotl.
Yeah. I don't know if the little axolotl.
Axolotl, yeah.
Fun fact,
Yeah.
a dead
Diglet
fish is a
down
dead
here in the bottom right?
What was that now?
Is this a diglet down here in the bottom right?
I was just going to say, I don't think diglets count as actual animals. But then that'd be unicorns, I guess. So.
Oh, I want to say hello to everybody. You know, we've been watching the Discord chat. Super fun. I'm glad that you're all here. All kinds of people. Pook's brought in we got some great destinies here. We've got Graceful Symphony is here. We've got Dr. Corgy, J-Bone. You know, there's a saying, when you roll real badly, when you're playing Mutants and Masterminds, you've been J-boned.
I don't think
There's
anyone
no
else
saying, no.
We are just hanging out with a little chill music for the background. And, you know, it's the Dog and Pony Show. We're going to make some super pets. We're going to, whoa. That was,
That's the world's biggest sup.
you been J-boned.
That's the WhatsApp from the 90s.
That really is, yeah. Hey, slugs count? You think?
They're technically animals.
You know,
sponges also count.
oh,
Fun fact,
yeah.
fun fact, Ben Grimm is just Mr. Fantastic Pet Rock.
I see, with a bad attitude, that Ben Grimm. Slugs can be pets, says Graceful Symphony. I agree, friend. I agree. I like it. You know, it's Mutants and Masterminds Monday, and we haven't even begun yet. We've got a minute. This is how much we love you. We are putting in the extra 2 minutes
Content.
Let's see. A question. Oh yeah, is a pet rock a golem? Sure, why not? Hey, Davy Jones. Davy Jones Show says, yay, Mutants and Masterminds. I say, good Mutants and Masterminds Monday unto you, friend.
Wow.
Yeah. Sean Vieira says, Legion of Super Pets were great Silver Age goofy fun. Today should be interesting. Yes, absolutely. We're going to be serious about it, though. Okay, thank you. Yeah, coral are animals. Yeah. I didn't think about that, but I did think about, like, you know, the poor blobfish in its form. And I learned this from one Crystal Fraser. I thought the blobfish just always looked like that, but no, that's a blobfish out of water. Just a sad little phlegm sack.
It turns out when they're, you know, in an environment that suits them, they are just pretty little spiky fish.
Yeah. But I thought I'd go with the blobfish out of water. I also thought about, you know, some of these are not very practical. Like seahorse. I mean, what are they going to do?
Hey,
really?
Aquaman got to ride a giant seahorse in the cartoon.
Oh, true. That's true. That is very true. Well, you know what? I think we should. I think we should party. What do you think?
Yeah,
Here for it.
bring it.
Let's do it and say hello to our dear friends, Steve, Alex, and Crystal. We'll turn off this groovy music. Okay, so we are talking super pets today. We've talked about this. For some reason, we thought we did this. And I found zero evidence of it.
No,
so
we keep threatening to do it, but we've
That's
never
right.
actually gone through with it.
yeah, we're making good. And so who wants to sort of, you know, Crystal, do you want to bring us into, like, the, you know, our super pets a thing? You know, should everybody have a super pet?
As a way of showing you that super pets are a thing, I will start off by asking all of our panelists, what is your favorite super pet from the comics? You can't say Crypto.
That's my answer. I'll take Comet the Super Horse then, if I can't have Crypto.
There you go. I would say Lockheed from the X-Men.
Good choice. I've been partial to Ms. Lion since I was like 3 years old. So
yes,
I'm gonna go with Gleek.
Oh, Gleek is a good one.
Yeah. Wait a minute now. Lockheed. Oh, the dragon. That's
Lockheed the dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, super pets are absolutely a thing. There's a long, proud tradition dating back to Rin Tin Tin of animal sidekicks who are smart enough to be of assistance on adventures.
Nice. I like it. And there's just something really, Jeff the Land Shark is AJ Reels.
Jeff the Land Shark is a great
Jeff the Land Shark.
Is Bat Cow really a thing?
Bat Cow is really a thing.
Is Clifford the Big Red Dog a super pet, or is he the superhero in his story?
I think he's a super villain.
He's more. He's a bit of a menace.
Oh no, Scrappy Doo. Scrappy Do Not.
But I mean, Scooby Doo is a good example of a super pet too.
Yeah.
Oh,
who's Zane and Xana? Those are the twins that hung out with Gleek, right?
No, that's
that's Xan and Jaina, the Wonder Twins.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Gotcha. I think I would accept Mr. Ed.
Yeah, he can talk. He's hyper intelligent by horse standards.
That's true.
True.
This is a great one right here. This is
we could spend the entire hour just reading the
just naming super pets.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Favorite
Toph.
Right.
No, what's his name? Appa. Appa from Avatar. I love Appa.
Oh, that's a great one. Good one.
Yep. Do mounts count as super pets?
I think so.
I mean, if Comet Super Horse counts, then yeah.
If Blobfish counts, then ride my blobfish around town.
Hey, humans would do that too if you took them into space without a spacesuit.
Nice. Okay, this is good. This is real good. And you're right. We're gonna keep. I mean, like, Blip is a good one.
The lesser known super monkey, Gleek's cousin.
So I stand confirmed. Yes. That is
totally a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I like AJ Reel's suggestion. Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I mean, he's a pet now. He wasn't always, but once you're a cow, or no, once you're a cow. Once you're a cat.
What's your cow cat?
Once you're a cow, you never go back.
Okay, something really funny just happened. Crystal, you raised your arm up, and then Alex raised his hand up, and it looked like you reached up into Alex's screen to like pull his beard or something. So good. Okay. All right. Yeah, we can have some fun with that.
I'm in strangling range again.
Just like the good old days. Okay, all right. Well, so here we go. People clearly have their favorites. They are going on and on in the chat, which is beautiful. I think if you have a walking plant, does it count as a super pet?
I mean, it really depends on the plant. Like Pumpkin from Steven Universe, definitely a super pet.
Super pet. Yeah.
Frank from the Harley Quinn show. He's the potted plant that talks to Poison Ivy all the time. It's real snarky.
Yeah, he's not really a pet. He's more of a freeloading roommate.
Right.
All pets are freeloading roommates.
I don't know where a pook's going, where I'm not touching that one.
Good point.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've established that super pets are a thing, and they're a big thing, and people like them.
Yeah, it's like having a sidekick that isn't annoying.
Right. Yeah. Now, how do you go about, if you're a player or you're a GM, do you have to make some special considerations for, the incorporation of a super pet?
I mean, as much as you do for any minion. We talk about it in a little bit of detail in Hero High because, super pets are so common with younger groups. And Supergirl has, 3 super pets?
Something like that at different times.
Depending on how you count Comet, which gets weird.
Right. Which gets super weird, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So now, so as a minion, you wouldn't go so far as to create like a character sheet and sort of stat it out, or you would?
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on the system. I've seen a lot of more modern systems where a pet is just described as, this character can do things for you at range that you can't reach. But in Mutants and Masterminds, we actually have an advantage for sidekicks. It's every rank of the advantage you take gives you 5 points that you put into developing your sidekick. Or you can take Minion, which gets you 15 points to build your sidekick, but then they're chumps and they go down with 1 hit. Which might be appropriate for an axolotl. They're chumps.
Right. It might suit your super pet concept.
Okay, I like this. Your name is inscrutable, friend, but okay. So do you take complications into? I mean, this is hilarious. Where your pet's smarter than you are.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Lockheed is a good example of a super pet that's probably smarter than his owner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And so now Nate brings something up. They can be an NPC, a super tool, or a power. Explain that to me.
Well, I mean, different systems handle, like Crystal said, handle the concept of super pets in different ways. And sometimes they're treated as a separate character that is either run by the GM or the player has, some default control over what the super pet does. Or they're treated like an extended ability of the character. So, the super pet might be effectively a power that they have in that the hero can have this other character go and do things.
David Body mentions something. Bodie, sorry, Body. But that Bandit in Johnny Quest was just the danger sense as a pet. Yeah. Interesting.
Right. Pretty much.
There's nothing from stopping you from taking 1 rank of move object and calling that a parrot.
Right.
Okay.
And maybe a 1-point feature, always a parrot on my shoulder.
Yeah,
I like
that's the great thing about M&M is it's really, you can build your sheet to get the effect that you're looking for and describe it any way you want. I mean, it's up to you how you want to build your pet based on what you want that pet to be in relation to your character concept total.
Yeah, if you build your pet as a, completely separate character from you that has the advantage of, even if you're knocked out, your pet can go for help. But it also has the consequences of your pet can be knocked out. And if they're not the same PL as you, and they won't be, more than
they're going to get knocked out a lot.
Yeah. If you have a super parrot on your shoulder and it's at all effective against villains, then villains will shoot at it. And so you're going to have to replace your parrot very often.
Or players will shoot at it if it's an NPC. I had a Russian mobster who had a pet monkey with no powers, and they assumed the monkey was the problem. So they all attacked the monkey in the first round.
Alex, I think you might have trained your players to be just suspicious of anything. Like, what is that, a mold on the wall? Kill it!
I didn't do it on purpose.
I'm flashing over to Fat Cat from Rescue Rangers, and how, the crime lord Clordane had his own plan, and then Fat Cat was running his own criminal empire in the shadow of it.
Yep.
Jonesy happens to be one of Alex's players, and Jonesy says, "We are."
I was like, wouldn't it be funny if there was a monkey who could do setup for this guy to punch people? And the monkey is the criminal mastermind.
It's the Clarion the Witch Boy problem. Everyone goes right for the cat first,
Yeah, I don't think you can call yourself a superhero if you attack the cat first.
Right.
I'll take your card away.
Okay, interesting. So, Graceful Symphony is reminded of the character Squiggly from Skullgirls, who has a parasite called Leviathan, who's sort of a worm thing that she uses to fight. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Oh, Stan. Yikes.
Right.
That's all right. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. All right, I'm on stock up on a 6-pack. Pick up your Costco parrots, your Kirkland parrots.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to go to Costco, because after the first 3 or 4 parrots, all the local parrot dealers in your town are gonna stop.
Right, are not gonna sell you a parrot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, this is how, you even see in like Dungeons and Dragons how they deal with, familiars has changed. And nowadays familiars are spirits that take the form of animals, and if your familiar dies, you just cast a spell and resummon it. And it very carefully defines how, the fact that your familiar, which only has like 3 hit points, is going to die a lot, but it's okay because it's not real, and you just summon it again and it's fine.
It doesn't take 15% of your experience points anymore.
Right. Yes. And the system shock doesn't, force you to make a Constitution save to avoid dying.
Which, makes me sad, because it used to be a good, surefire way of dealing with high-level wizards.
Right. Threaten their familiar. Yeah.
Right.
You get a hold of that toad.
Right.
Oh, this is interesting. I suppose the difference in this, like that symbiote kind of relationship, could be a pet given the relationship. I don't know if Venom.
I think you're the symbiont's pet more than anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, realistically, no. That's if you're sharing one body, you're really just one character. So even if your symbiote can sort of fight you for control, that's more of a complication.
Can your symbiote kind of split from you in combat and sort of do things
Possibly.
independent of your? Yeah, man, interesting.
Maybe
that's when you get into a summon effect of some kind or something like that.
Yeah. Advantages like minion and sidekick are more about, like, there's a separate person who you don't rely on for all of your powers, who is not part of your physical body. If you usually have one body and you can sometimes have extra bodies running around, that's a summon effect. Which, I mean, summon is a great way to use summon a super pet. If like most D&D wizards, you only have your familiar when it's convenient for you, that's a great 1-rank summon.
Indeed.
I like it. Now Nate says a familiar can have multiple forms too. Now, describe that to me. What is that? What is he talking about?
It's getting into D&D.
Gotcha. I see.
But again, like Crystal's talking about, if you build your summon effect the right way, you can have a creature that you can summon in different shapes.
Yeah, variable descriptor. You can just be like, today you're a frog. Tomorrow you're a parrot.
Or you could build your base stat line with 2 ranks of the morph power and say small animals.
Yep.
I like
it. It can change form without your help.
I dig it. So now we're preparing, let's say the 4 of us, we're preparing here's a good one. Lockjaw.
Lockjaw is awesome.
Lockjaw is awkward.
Yes.
Lockjaw.
Yeah, Lockjaw is not a dog.
All right. Well, so we're preparing. We're going to incorporate some pets let's say you're talking to, players who are going to join for the campaign. What are some things that you do to prepare the table and to make sure that the pets kind of meet sort of the, at least sort of a commonality that everyone kind of is agreeing to? Or does that even matter?
I mean, I would say going in, make sure like people are okay with, the minion advantage, the sidekick advantage, super pets in general, that sort of thing. And if so, as a GM, try to figure out small things in a fight they can do. Like You might, like Alex said, have a crime lord with a monkey who the whole thing the monkey does is use the setup advantage to give your hero, bonuses on attacks.
Yep. Yeah,
But
the
then
aid action is a good sort of default thing for super pets and sidekicks and things like to do if they're not doing anything in particular.
Yeah, Red Wing for Falcon / Captain America is a great example of a super pet who mostly just uses the aid action every round. Your hawk flies in the villain's face and freaks them out, and you get to punch them while they have hawk face.
Hawk face.
Nice.
In your face, this hawk. So now this is interesting. Sean talks about the DC hero that can summon animals and maybe merge them. Is that a pet? Really?
I think that's Animal Man.
That's
Bwana Beast.
And, I mean, that's not really a pet so much as, oh gosh,
Freaking weird.
It's a real corner case as far as useful superpowers.
Right. Yeah.
Caca. I think we've established that caca and tuki do not work.
They do not work. Oh, this is you want something real cute. I like that. Yeah. So how am I statting up? Like, let's say I'm going with something cute. I'm going to go with Capybara. And one of the things that I had mentioned, when we were writing stuff up is like Capybara has sort of this Zen sort of, countenance, and maybe it's an area of effect. Like everyone's just kind of chill. Capybara is hanging out with alligators and birds and monkeys and all the animals. So how do I prepare that, or how do I prepare you for the fact that I got this Capybara?
I would say, just as your baseline, most animals are going to have an intelligence of, or an intellect of, -2 to -5.
Okay. All right.
No offense to the capybara.
Right.
Yeah. I think to be Zen, you have to be a little dim.
Yeah. The smarter you get, the more troublesome this whole world is.
That's very true. Very true. Okay,
true.
now Jonesy says this. If the players are all going to have pets, make sure the villains also have pets. So what do you think? I mean,
I like it.
That's when you have a Pokemon game going.
Yeah, or a Rescue Rangers game.
Right. And everybody has their pets fight.
And the pets have their own adventures on the side while your heroes are captured.
Right.
You do not want to be
fun.
You do not want to be the supervillain who kicks everybody's dog.
No.
Yeah. Ooh, dog kicker does not do well in jail.
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay, I like this. Yeah. I have a feeling dog kicker is going to get some kicks. Okay, I like this. A complication, hateable pet. Bugging all your teammates.
Yep.
One thing I did want to add is, you don't need to have anything mechanical to support having a pet. A pet can just be like any other NPC in your life. You can just have an annoying pet parrot who follows you around, whether you're in your civilian guise or your superhero guise, or you can have a small furry dog named Ms. Lion who comes along on your investigations but doesn't really provide any benefit.
Oh, we see you, Bear. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm not ignoring you, Bear. My apologies. My apologies. I know that there's a couple things that you had shared, and I will pay more attention to you, friend. Sorry about that.
I mean, this is kind of Bear's topic, Troy.
That's right. Seriously. Yeah. Well, what's a bear's pet?
I guess bears keep bees.
Oh yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Boo-boo? Is Boo-boo a bear's pet bear?
I think Boo-boo is a bear's pet bear. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway. So,
all right.
So a Zen capybara would probably be like 1 rank of area sustained healing.
Mm-hmm.
And the
that
capybara,
real soothing effect.
Just being with the capybara, you just chill out. Probably put the energizing extra on that, and you just feel good.
All right, I like it. Kind of like a little Xanax.
Got to be
Just chill
persistent
out.
because you can use it every round.
Xanax
even
for
if-
Capybara.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the problem with Xanax is that it's going to affect everybody
copyrighted.
nearby. So
Yeah,
Oh,
certain
true.
supervillains also get healed.
I
First
gotcha.
area
Good.
mind control limited to good vibes.
You know, Matthew Tyler, I'm gonna let you off the hook, friend. I know how you get. I know how you get. I'm just gonna share this. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
We can. Matthew likes to focus on a thing, and then we like to let him off the hook or get stuck in a groove, and he's that way for the rest of the month.
But yeah, I mean, always make sure if you're going to have super pets, make sure like one player isn't getting double the attention and double the GM time for it. So if you as a player want to have a super pet, make sure you've got like a coordinated action every round. Like you, when your initiative turn comes up, make sure you know what your pet is doing, you know what you're doing, so you don't slow the game down. That's the kind of the classic Ranger problem with 3.5 at least. Was
indeed.
You get 2 turns.
Work out with your game master in advance, you know, how your character and the pet communicate, and you know, just how much you, the character, can give the pet orders and things like that. You know, if it's you know, just like, you know, hey girl, go get help, you know, that's one thing. But you know, like when you're starting to issue, you know, like, okay, and then like once you're in the lab and you get to the control panel, that might start to be a little beyond what you can tell your pet to do.
Right. Yeah. I have an octopus. I get to go 8 times with each one of my tentacles to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to run a format command on the hard drive.
Once you've done that.
I like to borrow an idea from the age system where you have like a list of favored things that your pet does. So you have that specific list of tactics that you like to employ based on situations.
That's smart. I like that. So sort of built-in limitation, and it kind of helps narrow the scope a bit. I get that. That's great.
You might also ask your GM specifically how they want you to implement the pet, because some GMs might not want you getting the extra actions every round that come with a minion or sidekick, or they might want you to restrict it to minion so that, you know, your pet can't make routine actions and your pet is vulnerable in combat. They might also decide a pet can be no more than half your PL. That's a pretty common restriction for sidekicks in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens if you've run off the rails? The pets have taken over. It's bedlam around. It's a zoo. What's happening? You know, how can the GM bring things back? You know, to center.
I mean, why would you? At that point, you're running a Super Pets game, and everybody's happy with it. Just enjoy.
I love it. Always, Mutants and Masterminds is always throwing a wrench in my plans, but it's great. I mean, I think that is that's fantastic.
If everyone's having a fun time playing Frog Thor and Lockjaw and Red Wing, then yeah, that's great. You've done your job well as a GM. You've made a happy experience for your friends.
Yeah. So unbunch and roll with it. Yeah, I like it.
I just want to say, Frog Thor is on my bucket list of characters to play at some point in my life.
Yeah, that's one animal I did not include in the materials. That's a good one.
I think we're gonna have to run a developer game where we just play a bunch of PL5 like Super Pets.
Super Pets. Yeah.
How funny would it be if? Good call, Jonesy. The Reign of Cats and Dogs. Yeah, I like it.
There are a bunch of Super Pets in the Reign of Cats and Dogs, including a hyper-intelligent hamster.
Oh, hamsters.
A hamster? A guinea pig, maybe? Hedgehog. Alice the
Hedgehog. Okay, acceptable.
Verified that I remember that.
You know, Matthew, I'm going to say no. That the dead parrot from Monty Python's Flying Circus would not qualify.
Well, it is by definition dead. So.
That is true. Yeah. So no, I'm afraid not.
Super villain.
That's true. Just a very quiet one, kind of stinky.
However, Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas is a dead pet. That would be a super pet.
Oh yeah.
Well, undead. That's different.
Yes, that is different than dead.
What would
True.
you call a parrot necromancer?
Hmm.
And we're gonna have to start coming up with pet names here. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pet parakeet with electrical powers, Shockatiel.
I like it. I
Well-
love it. As a matter of
I'm
fact,
here for it.
We're not needed.
I love it.
Crystal's got this. That's
Right.
perfect.
It's like the bear with shrinking powers. That's bare minimum.
I like it. I like it. Now, Abracadaver has a
Mhm.
pet.
You have abracadabra. Yeah.
I don't think he does he?
He
Unless
should have.
he means dead parrot.
Squire, is this true?
Mm.
After running the adventure, Alice the Hedgehog is a permanent part of us.
Aw.
That is an absolute player character thing to do.
Did I put it in the adventure that she wants to write mystery novels?
That is so good. I'm not sure I understand the name, the duplicating bunny Humper. I'm not sure I get it.
I don't get it.
Reproduction.
It's like Thumper the rabbit without the T on the front.
Right.
Yeah. So is it pronounced Humper?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Explain, Nicholas, in great detail, won't you?
Bear, I missed this earlier, but you're always welcome to send me something to the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to, and I, feel free to share anything you'd like, a compliment, a picture, a pet. Send that on over to let's play at greenronin.com. And I was thinking, Matthew Tyler, here's what's interesting. I kept thinking about just the nature of Alice in Wonderland and all of the animals that you interact with and all of that. And, it would be hilarious if you, just for giggles, created like maybe what we should do as devs is just sort of pick a pet and then just just take over someone's game, like just surprise them with, you got a new pet. I'm your pet guinea pig.
Roll 20 games.
Yes.
I have a pet for Abracadaver.
Okay.
Abracadaver could have an undead rabbit named Hair Razor.
Does he have a straight razor?
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, he has all those face full of pins.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He loves puzzle boxes.
Oh no.
Dynamite. Nice, graceful symphony. That is some good stuff. I like this. Bear's got Polar Express. Sure, a big white bear.
Right.
Yeah.
I did write
fastest polar bear.
I did write a bear with super speed at one point named the Overbear.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. Baby Yoda. That's funny.
I don't know if Baby Yoda counts as a pet per se.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the idea. Yeah, I don't think that's the idea. But here's a question. So as we're kind of putting, do you level up your pet?
I mean, over time, if you buy more ranks in, whatever mechanical ability you've given them, you could even start out with a pet who is an NPC and has no special abilities, and then you invest a couple power. All right, we're giving you superpowers. Stop whining.
Right. The super corgis are multiplying.
Then when you get a rank or two, you buy some. One rank of sidekick, just enough to have them mechanically run around and do stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, you buy a few more ranks of sidekick to give them superpowers.
Okay, so as a GM, how do you incorporate the importance of that pet in that person's life? Like, can pets die? I mean, do you fold them into maybe like a wrinkle of the story? Can they be kidnapped? Can they?
You treat them like any other NPC complication, really. As far as that goes, they're an important character in the character's life and in their story. So, they may get kidnapped. Their powers may do weird things. They may wander off and disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Any number of things could happen that could have the character, concerned for their friend.
Yeah.
I'm concerned for our friend Graceful Symphony that you have not been here longer than. I mean, I'm not sure if this is your first time watching, but you got us. You nailed us. You know our you know our aesthetic. I'd suggest Dr. Koala, but I'm not sure they'd have the right qualifications.
Now that's quality humor.
A Pook says, "Get out." Poor sport.
Troy, sort of to what you're talking about, one of the interesting things about Super Pets is it gives you the ability to tell a very human story, but crank it up to 11. So, like, if you need to go walk your super dog, do you have to do it in space? Do you have to do it around the block? You can just ramp up something normal and make it really interesting and make it a good plot point for the other heroes.
Right.
Like, what if you
because
have to dog sit somebody's super dog while they're out of town?
Right. And you don't know how to control or contain them and have to struggle, throughout the whole thing. And really all they want is a treat.
Right.
Right.
Corgis are difficult enough to manage before you give them superpowers.
Yeah.
Right. What is the the kennel for super pets look like? Where heroes have their pets when they are off doing other things.
Yeah, those big chunky cuffs they would put on supervillains in the 90s to neutralize their powers? It's that, but
power
a collar.
neutralizers.
But a collar, right.
It's just like the cone and just the face is poking out.
The power neutralizing cone of shame.
That would be a really fun, like if the player who has that super pet couldn't be there that week, it'd be fun to bring in somebody to play the pet as a nuisance for the other player.
That's what I think would be fun. I really do. Just sort of a surprise, yeah. This is funny. Jonesy says all the pets quit and form their own team.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta say, having a super pet on your team is a great way to have like guest players in, especially if you've got kids in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
if
you've got a kid in your life who is maybe 6 or 8 and is at that stage where animals are cooler than people, and let's be honest, animals are cooler than people.
Right.
Yeah, letting them come to your grown-up game on a lighthearted night and just play the team's pet dragon or teleporting dog.
How fun.
How much fun would that be?
What a brilliant way to introduce some opportunity to get in and play and to give them some space to be sort of young and sort of creative and sort of, that's a really great idea. That's very great idea. This is interesting. Well, here's the deal. I mean, this is probably word to the wise. Batman had more Robins by and large than Ace. Here's the thing.
True.
You don't kill the dog.
Never, ever.
Right.
Not if you want to be a popular GM, you don't.
Nope.
Not in and if the movie and the dog die, I mean, like, that's just, nobody is a fan of that at all. But does anyone else know Lion Cat from the Saga comics?
Yeah.
Yep. Particularly unusual.
Yeah, that's a good example of like a superpower you have that is just represented by an animal.
By a pet. Right. It's detect lies in the form of a Sphinx cat.
Yeah, it's a cat that follows me around and just tells me when people are lying. Can't say anything else. Doesn't do anything else. Most annoying to me.
Yeah, I mean, so John Wick kind of pulls that off in the sense that the whole motivation for the decimation over several movies now has come from
the man's dog alone.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have had more Keanu, and everyone needs more Keanu. But seriously, Graceful Symphony, you have racked up I think about 8,000 internet points. Devil Pandemonium, I love it. Let's see. Jonesy says, I'm running a Fantasy Age pet adventure for this con season. Okay, wait, did you just decide to do that, or did we inspire you to do that?
Jonesy's pretty brilliant. He probably came up with it on.
Truth. I mean, he is so smart. Let's see. Polo Jack says the free runners, the Freedom League's pets, Yorktown, the Patriotic Pup, Lady Liberty's pet, Thunder Thumper, or Humper, if you will. Owl Camille. That's good. That's good.
Oh, what's the name of Athena's owl?
It's
I should know this.
It's not Archimedes, is it? No.
No. That's Merlin's owl from Sword in the Stone.
Yeah, that's right.
Although if Bubo really existed in Greek mythology, he'd probably be hanging with Daedalus these days.
Yeah.
What pets did Harley Quinn have?
Bud and Lou.
Hyenas.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Decided last week. Yeah, so I mean, Jonesy, you are you
Ahead of the
got
curve
your finger
again.
on the ahead of the curve, as per the usual. That guy.
We just spy on Jonesy to get our topics for M&M Monday.
It's true.
much.
Yeah, we got bugs planted. Okay, so some really clever ideas, some really actionable, fun ways to get people involved. To I'm still stuck on the idea of just sort of mobbing a game and being like, "I'm your pet." Surprise! Love that incorporating young kids into the lighthearted night. That's right. That's right.
Right.
And so, do we want to, the chat is of course filled with ideas as per the norm for Mutants and Masterminds peeps. Do we want to talk about? Do we want to? Yeah, absolutely, they are. I think that the Mutants and Masterminds just lends itself well as a canvas to get people tied into the creative side of things and to see kind of how far you can take it with so much freedom. But yeah. Go ahead.
That would be fun. Super Pet as a holding spot for characters who can't attend yet, or players who can't come in yet.
Smart. That's great.
Also
if someone,
give your team non-intelligent super pets, and then have them get blasted with radiation or splashed with ooze or something like that when a new player's ready to join your group, and tell them that's the foundation for their character.
Interesting. Okay, so Casey Butt says Cheshire Cat stats, please. Interesting. I wonder if we should create just sort of some stat up for the Patreon, stat up some of these, these pet ideas.
I'll put it on my to-do list.
You already busy with stuff this week.
I almost miss
stuff every week.
I miss this gem.
A millionaire.
Lizard with Midas-like powers. I love it. I love it.
We did have a super pet in one of my games once. We had a Saint Bernard named Bentley, who was just like a super rescue dog, who had super strength and invulnerability. Really liked the snow. He was such a good boy. He had his own keg that had healing alcohol in it. It was very cool.
My group had an undead raven once. Well, I shouldn't say undead. They killed him and felt real bad about it and brought him back, but he came back not wrong, just weird.
I do love that. Speaking of ravens or corvids, where did you go, friend? I want to. Who is Corvus?
I believe that's the main character in Dishonored.
Oh,
the video game, I believe.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that for sure. I'm a fan of the crows and the ravens. I like that. I like them quite a bit. Okay, so let's talk about can you keep I guess the player doesn't always have to keep the pet around. I mean, are you pretty much stuck with that? I mean,
I mean, you can have them around as much or as little as you want. If it's like a core part of your concept, like He-Man has Battle Cat, then, they're going to be with you on most adventures.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you have to keep in mind is, especially if the player has invested points in having the pet, then taking it away for an adventure is like taking away a similar set of points from another character in terms of saying, hey, you can't use this power or this ability. So, just think about that in terms of what the player expects from the game.
So, I guess if you're going to get a pet, now just remember, you got to clean up after it. They live for a long time. You got to take care of it,
Which is why you don't get a super turtle.
Right. It's true. They just live forever.
Okay, is Snarf Snarf a pet really?
I don't know.
Kind of a
It's
hapless
somewhere
character.
between like minion and pet.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really have any autonomy or voting rights on the team.
No, just that snarf voice, which is pretty grating. Graceful Symphony, you are absolutely welcome to make puns. We love it.
I mean, name related, not just descriptors.
Right. Okay, so because we like to call our, when we're all hanging out and we get kind of punrific, we call it a pandemic. That was just for you. I made that just for you.
This is what you spend your time on, Troy?
It really is. I mean, honestly, the things I spend my time on. Yeah, Investigator is pretty solid. That's yeah. Okay, so is a mascot something that's built into the Mutants and Masterminds kind of thing? I mean, like you're right. I think you're, in the context of the He-Man cartoon.
Yeah, they're not really, but it could be a fun idea to try and implement. Like everybody invests 1 point into the mascot, and maybe the mascot becomes like a floating pile of the luck advantage that anyone on the tree can draw from.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, I was thinking of floating ball of circumstance bonuses, but luck points would be better too.
But then the villain could kidnap them, and then they've got your points.
And then they've got your points, and you have to get them back, and that's pretty motivating.
And every time they punch Snarf, they get a point out of him.
You just eat the mascot until the candy comes out.
That's right. John brings up sort of the evil, sort of villainous pet team, but I can't. My mind is stuck on the notion of here you have a group of these your pets, and they have their own super team, but they're really the ones that are kind of keeping everybody from falling apart, acting like pets and just kind of being dumb, but they're really the ones saving the day. I mean, that could be really clever.
Right.
That's cats versus dogs.
Yeah.
Classic early 2000s live action movie.
Jeff Goldblum, for some reason.
I'd be Jeff Goldblum's pet. Wait, what?
Troy, that was an inside thought.
I'm sorry, it came out.
They did do some stuff with villainous pets in the Crypto the Superdog cartoon. There was Lex Luthor's iguana who was gathering. Yes,
he needed a bald pet.
Who was gathering villainous pets. You would think, but
the DC superhero girls also introduced. I'm blanking on his name. The Red Lantern, who's a cat.
Dexter.
Dexter. Yes.
Dexter.
Who Dexter
was just evil.
Yep. Well, he was a cat. Right.
That's interesting. So Apu brings up the monkey street gangs in Indonesia and India. They are brutal.
But also look up Hit Monkey.
Oh yeah.
Imagine an entire gang of assassin monkeys. Or ninja monkeys, which comes from Kim Possible, actually. There's a villain named Monkey Fist, and he's a martial artist, but 90% of his powers is he's got a gang of ninja monkeys.
That's right.
That gang's called the Footman.
Okay, I like this. Corgo. A player has a sentient, super intelligent corgi named Corgo, Corgo has the mech.
It's the has a mech part that really makes that sing.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it really is just sort of the topping. Perry the Platypus.
Where's Perry?
Yeah, I'm not sure who Perry is.
No, Perry the Platypus is a character from
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb, thank you.
Oh, sure. Cute. The mech's name is, I like that. Core 61 Corgy.
Perry the Platypus pretends to be an ordinary pet platypus by day and then fights crime by night.
Like you do.
Secret agent. Yeah, like
As you do. As you do.
Right.
Well, okay.
I mean,
So
you
listen. Oh, go, please.
I was going to say, and you can play a lot with the whole, the sort of secret life of super pets, story about, maybe super pets have secret identities and they are all ordinary pets by day, but, are super heroic and fighting, evil by night.
There was an animated Ninja Turtles ripoff in the 90s called Road Rovers that was exactly that. They were the dogs of all the world leaders who, after the president went to bed, they would all, get together and fight crime.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? I mean, no, Casey, are you saying that the bomb dog with a mech we can buy that at the Dollar Tree? Is that what you're saying? Because I'll buy that. I will buy that for $1. Let's see. Oh my gosh! I was going to create a cow one, but you're right. They're just too moody. I love it. I love it. Okay, so here we've got some phenomenal ideas. Really, I mean, very, very clever ideas on incorporating pets, but beyond just sort of like your pet who you've got kind of your sidekick, but also ways to sort of allow people to engage with the game in a fun and interesting sort of dynamic for the first time. And I love hearing ideas or sort of hatching ideas around how new people can engage. That's just so, I think it's just so fun, especially new younger people, so that tabletop role play gaming can sort of move into the next generations. I'm very interested in sort of the ideas that folks have for, how are you using pets? And one of the things that we'll do, if you want to send your thoughts to let's play at greenronin.com, we'll compile all those and kind of write up a little something that we'll put, in our, we'll put it on the blog. We'll do a now, and we won't burden our developers. It'll be something I can do and sort of share about kind of your inspiration for that kind of stuff. But really, those innovative ideas on getting people engaged and involved, I think that is a great thing to aspire to. But we've got some Patreon business to cover. We have shared, so it's the bestiary right now, and we are rolling out those, and I will roll out 2 more after this Mutants and Masterminds Monday. I will actually endeavor to do it after the actual Mutants and Masterminds Monday. Let's see, who did we share? I shared, we shared, that's right, Chimera, who is pretty cool. Now, talk to me about Chimera. What's Chimera's story?
For Chimera, who doesn't love a villain who vomits stuff?
Forever. Vomits forever.
Right.
Vomiting
napalm on you.
Superpower is spitting on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, grody.
Well, I read that it wasn't okay. I was like, wait a minute, he just pukes on you? Like glue or acid or napalm?
Or napalm or, yeah.
And so much. What does he, I mean, what is he just whatever? It's an acidic kind of a vomit? That's his thing?
He's got like psychic mastery of his internal chemistry. So he can just mix whatever super chemicals he wants in his stomach and then spew them out at you. So, he can breathe fire, he can spit sticky globs, but he can also do really weird stuff like spew growth hormone all over a dog and turn it into a dog barbarian to fight for him. Like,
wow.
Summon power, or, he can spit up a hardening resin to make a wall with the create power.
Pretty much any weird thing you can think of with chemistry and alchemy, he can do that.
That is awesome. Okay, so that was one of our and then the other one, and I picked this particular let's see here. I'm loving it. There we go. It is this pretty character. Let me show you right here.
Undine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just look very, very pretty, and I'm just, she appears to be a mer person.
Sort of. She's got water powers.
Okay.
Right.
She's got the beautiful iridescence. I'm a big fan of the
Mhm.
art. And I was going to ask, who is the artist?
Oh,
It's an excellent question.
got those.
They're on the signatures there.
there.
I just cannot. I couldn't quite make it out.
I'm in the middle of cleaning and reorganizing my office, so I cannot tell you.
We'll dig that up. But yeah, I mean, beautiful. So what is her story?
So the whole team's story is Chimera, who Mr. Spits Up a lot, was part of a government experiment called the Man-Myth Project, where he astrally projected into this cosmic structure that I've forgotten the name of. They basically
Axis Strand, I think they call it.
The Axis Strand. That's right.
Like something weird in the astral plane, and when he made contact with it, there was a giant explosion, and he came back with the power to spit weird chemicals. So the government asked him to head up a project to make more like him, and those are the other survivors of the project.
Gotcha.
Right.
Like,
And people who are exposed to the energies of the Axis Strand basically get these weird mythological powers, like creatures out of mythology, like chimeras and minotaurs. And
Cool. Okay, I'm tracking. Nice. Very nice.
I just want to know what that first throw up experience was like.
right?
Yeah. Ugh.
Just the worst friggin' heartburn for like 3 days. Then he pukes up a hamster.
Yeah. Was he in a bar bathroom? Just like, bleh.
Yeah, exactly. Just like,
Oh,
what?
no.
I don't feel so
Disintegrate
good.
the toilet.
Right? Yeah. Or the toilet's now sentient. Funny. So
the
folks
whole
are
bar is a portal to the astral plane.
not again.
I'm not going out with Chimera ever again.
Ever
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Although he does have the attractive advantage, so maybe.
All right, so Sean, so here's a couple questions or comments. So just to be clear, is the bestiary still metaphor only, or is this indicative of a planned crossover book?
I mean, canonically, they're from the metaphor setting, but in your game, they can be cosmic travelers. They specifically, journey to the astral plane, so they can use that as a conduit to, Earth Prime or wherever you set your game. Or they can just be characters from Earth Prime or your game. The write-up, the write-up specifically talks about them in terms of their metaphor background.
Gotcha. This is a great suggestion. We should devote a Mutants and Masterminds Monday to spotlighting notable characters in the. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a super fun idea.
That's a wide net to cast.
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be quite a list.
And then Sean Doggett asks, and Minotaur stayed heroic. Nice. Okay. Well, so we'll pick two more. I don't know what they are, and I'm easily influenced. And so, if you have thoughts, friends, that'd be great. And so what a phenomenal program. I mean, I really enjoyed this conversation about, incorporating pets and again, share, if you're watching this on demand a little later, our numbers are off the charts, my friends. Do me a favor, wherever you are, stop for just a moment, survey your landscape. Where are you watching from? If you're watching from Twitch, if you want to subscribe. If you're watching from YouTube, you want to give us a like, drop a comment and say, hey, how you doing? Ring the bell so that you get notifications when we go live. That's right. Smash that like button, do all that stuff. And it helps us out. And, your kind comments and thumbsies ups really give us an opportunity to continue to grow, so much so that we have, thank you, my friend Sounds Cheese. I'm sorry you've lost your cheese, but you haven't lost your charm. Appreciate that. And we unlocked a new perk on the YouTube channel. We have a community page now, so we can post polls and all kinds of good stuff. So expect to see a lot of nonsense there, because I do love some nonsense. Pook, yes, however you get there, you do you, my friend. If you've got to lovingly caress it, you do so. Just do so. That's right. Like, share, and sub today. What was that?
Oh, who went thump?
Who went thump? Did you hear a thump?
It was a loud thump.
I think that was a hump, right?
It wasn't me.
So here's a question that I've got for each of you, and in waning moments. Let's go around the table. Steve, Alex, and Crystal. Steve, what you got cooking? Anything you want to share? Any good news? Any sort of words of wisdom?
Well, I am working on my Mutants and Masterminds stream adventure for next month. And I think that that concept is coming together nicely. So I'll be talking about it with Crystal and Alex behind the scenes, and folks will get to see it unveiled in just a few weeks in February, when I run it on stream for our patrons. And who knows, if it goes well, we might actually publish it so folks can run it at home. If it doesn't go well, we're just going to pretend it never happened.
Right. That's right. As we can do. Fantastic. Really looking forward to that. What day is that?
It's a good question.
I've got the calendar. I can peek here, but I'm also digging up some links for some friends.
It is February 12th, Saturday, February 12th.
Okay, so you can be a part of that if you join the Patreon, and you can join with I'm not saying everybody will be able to, because there's a lot of people in there, but if you join up, go to patreon.com/mutants, AND Masterminds, and you can get a chance to play in this. I think it's going to be a blast. I think it's, I know a little bit about it. So, I'm looking forward to that. Here's a great link for everybody. It's a link to everything. There you go. Check out our link tree. There might be a couple old. We do indeed. And so, Alex, what have you got cooking? Are you playing a game tonight?
We are playing a game tonight. Nether War is continuing on. It's slow march to the ending. We are going to be hanging out in Haunted Pharaohburg tonight. Our heroes don't know exactly where they're going, but I've worked up a list of like 12 ghosts that they could go following. So who knows where they'll wind up? We'll find out.
Spooky. I like it. And Crystal, what have you got cooking?
I've got 2 astonishing adventures in the editing pipeline. So we'll hopefully have Star-Crossed and Terror in the Skies coming to you soon.
Hey, Terror in the Skies. That one seems familiar to me. I can't quite put my finger on it. But yeah, that's a little story put together by a Pook. A Pook put that little adventure together for me specifically. Not really for me specifically.
Troy likes plummeting, so.
I do. I really do. But
he's disembodied. It's the one thing that makes him feel alive. When he's
I just got to be in the air. I just got to let it all be, flapping around in the breeze. What am I saying? It's time to go, isn't it? I want to thank everybody who's been watching. This has been a great conversation. I think very inspiring. Of course, I want to thank my 3, lovely talent that joins every Monday. I love all 3 of you dearly, dearly. Your creativity and willingness to hang out and kind of share this silliness for an hour with all these fine folk is just a real delight for me, and I hope so for you as well. And with that, we'll say farewell, everyone. Have a great week. You know, it is only Monday, but you started it out right by hanging out with us. And if you're not watching this on a Monday, you know, you might want to, because live is where it's at. But yeah, make sure you come back on Thursday, because we hang out with Owen Casey Stevens for Thursday. That's at 2 p.m. Pacific, right here in these same spaces. So you just have to show up, really. But no doubt you've already subscribed so that you get the notification when we go live. So with that, I say goodbye, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.